He's behind the counter.
Hello, guys. Welcome to this later edition of Deep Dive Podcast. I forgot to change it. Deep Dive Podcast. This is episode number 5. Tonight we have Brian and Bree from Goose Flats Paranormal with us all the way from Tombstone. I am going to let them take a moment to say hello and introduce themselves while we're waiting on a few people to pop on in.
Well, hi, I'm Bree.
I'm Brian. Nice to meet y'all. Thank you for having us. As the introduction goes, we own and operate Goose Flats Paranormal based in Southeast Arizona, city of Tombstone. Glad to have you guys with us. Thank you so much for the invitation. And let's see where this podcast goes. We're open to questions. Anybody watching wants to comment or has any questions, please don't hesitate to let us know. And we are going to do our best to give you a spooky good time, give you a little bit of history about Tombstone and the paranormal activity that goes on here. So if y'all are ready, let's go.
Yeah. I honestly don't know. Oh. That's something new. Sorry. I honestly don't know if it went out to Instagram or not.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the live side from right now, and so I see partial you, partial Tim, then we're on the bottom and nobody.
Yeah, really? No, it'll take it. And my Instagram won't open on my phone, so
technology.
Gotta love it. It works well, right?
Only when it works. Yeah.
Only when it works. So anyway, we're trying to live stream out to Instagram tonight. If anybody is out there on Instagram, please chime in the comments and let us know. And since that's not working, we're live on Facebook.
Yay, cool.
It's there. So
welcome Facebook folks. Thank you for joining us. Like I said, my name is Brian. This is my wife, Bree. We are the co-founders and operators of Goose Flats Paranormal. And if people have never heard of Goose Flats, it was the original name of Tombstone before it was known as the name of Tombstone. Before this, we were part of the Arizona territory, and the town was founded in 1877 as Goose Flats. The reason why we are in a migratory bird pattern, and we were one of the flattest areas. So from 1877 to 1879, like I said, once again, known as Goose Flats. Then when Ed Shefflin, who was a scout for Camp Huaychuca, he had a knack for geology and finding rocks. So Ed was scouting with the soldiers from Fort Huaychuca out in Apache territory. And they said, Ed, you're crazy. The only thing you're going to find out there is your tombstone. Well, Ed just happened to come across one of the largest silver veins in the area. It was about 70 to 80 feet long, and that's just the part he could see, about 12 inches wide and about 2 foot deep. So I decided to keep digging, and like I said, hit one of the biggest silver mines in Arizona at the time. Probably in today's value, probably about $3 to $4 billion. That's $1 billion in silver.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Ed decided to name the town Tombstone.
Oh, wow.
Interesting. We learned some new history today. That's awesome.
Cool. What we're here for.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually did just share it out with tagging you guys in it, so hopefully it goes
Okay,
out.
no, please, by all means, thank you.
Yeah. So we're still a relatively new podcast.
Mhm.
and working on, getting a bunch of viewers and stuff like that. But hopefully we get some few more in. Um, so how long? I know we talked a little bit before the podcast, but how long have you actually been investigating?
Bree, can I answer that one?
How long have we been what?
Investigating.
Oh gosh.
Personal or team?
Yeah.
There's a
Either,
difference.
either or.
Go ahead, Bree. Go ahead.
So as a team, we're linked with other teams before we branched out. So we've been investigating around the Tombstone area for the last 5.5 years. As far as I never really purposely investigated until we moved here. But I've always had seen things. I grew up in two mining towns. My family's from Ajo and Morenci. And I just remember when I was younger, I was seeing things, hearing things that couldn't be explained.
God, I think my first experience with a spirit, I was probably about maybe 12, 13 years old. And we lived in a part of California, and part of California we lived on was also native land. And I've relatives, aunts, uncles that were into back when it was called spiritualism, not mediumship. Just kind of took it from there. And fast forward to I worked in the cemetery and funeral industry in the early 2000s, probably for about 3 to 4 years. Stuff kind of piqued my interest, and had a lot of interesting experiences while working at cemeteries. Kind of like forgot about it, and like Bree said, got into it when we moved to Tombstone. And people always say, well, there's a reason why people move to Tombstone, and we kind of found our calling, and we're happy with it.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. So that answers those questions. You mentioned earlier that you guys do like a lot of outside investigation.
Mhm.
What type of places do you go to, and how does the outside elements interfere with your investigations?
That's a good question. People in Tombstone, locations in Tombstone, or even in southern Arizona, a lot of people they know they have activity at their locations, but they really don't want to admit it because there's a stigmatism of it. We will go to abandoned buildings. We will go to ruins of stagecoach stops that date back to the early or mid 1800s. We will go to abandoned mines. We'll go up in the mountains, and outdoor investigating is a little different because you have to take into consideration so many variables. You have to worry about temperature, noise. If you're trying to run EVPs, which we really don't do on outside locations because of
Interference.
potential noise interference. Go out there, and it's mainly just keep it simple. We use dowsing rods. We'll take a K2, maybe a motion sensor, a REM pod, and even on our video, whenever we put our videos from outside investigations, we're going to turn on captions, because we did a location way back about 4 years ago, Paul's place.
Yeah.
And we did a Facebook video. We did a video, turn on captions, and the captioning or subtitle program for Facebook actually picked up on stuff as far as responses that we were getting, and as human language, I guess you can call it, and produce subtitles for the responses that we were getting. It was crazy.
That's something I never tried. It makes sense.
Yeah. And we're high in elevation, so another factor for us is we get a lot of wind. Oh yeah. We can nice little dusty street and
noise canceling microphones when we do investigations.
Yeah.
We tried
Yeah.
doing Boot Hill, and that was now that is part of the main highway. So it was really hard to get actual good sound there. So a lot of our videos were corrupted just because you could hear cars, you could hear people shouting.
That's when we worked with that Jerry. Okay.
Yeah. And it was just so hard to get what's what do you call evidence and what's the street.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. I was going to ask you what types of things that you guys did while you were on there, but never mind. You answered those. So,
Yeah, sorry about that.
no, it's all good. It's all good. That's an awesome thing. Hey, Misty. Welcome in. Misty is a team member of ours.
Well, hi, Misty. How are you? Thank you for joining us.
Tim, do you got any questions at the moment?
Oh, well, yeah, I got a lot because I've been to Arizona. I've never been to Tombstone, been to Flagstaff, and been to Grand Canyon.
Y'all need to put it on your bucket list. You guys aren't too far.
Yeah.
You guys, Iowa to Arizona is not that far, man. And we always on that. We always tell people we are always open for anybody that comes down. Hit us up. We'd love to show you guys around. And being based here, we have. It's a blessing to be able to get into a lot of locations that a lot of people really don't know about. And we can take you to this place, or we've got private residences that we can take you to. We can take you, like I said, we talked earlier, we can take you to abandoned mines and all kinds of really cool stuff. So
cool.
I
So we got to ask the question: haunted ghost towns. How many of them do you have out there? Like, Vulture City, places like that?
We've got there's Vulture City, there's Wickenburg, there's Gleason, there's Cortland, there's Pierce, there's Tombstone, there's Charleston, which was an old mining town. We have Fairbanks. You go up north, obviously we have Jerome. At least 10 off the top of my head that I can think of.
Yeah, I've been to Jerome, as far as that goes.
Yeah, Jerome. We have what's called the Ghost Town Trail here, which is probably about Ghost Town Trail is probably about a 35-minute drive from here. Actually, no, you can add Bisbee to that list too. So we go here. Tombstone was known for silver mining. You had 26 miles southeast. Yeah, 26 miles southeast, 26 miles southwest, you have Bisbee, which was known for copper. And then about 25 miles northwest, you had Gleason. Okay. So we call it a triangle. So Tombstone had silver, copper, Bisbee had copper, Gleason had gold. You take that into consideration, and a bunch of mining towns popped up. So from here you have Tombstone, Gleason. Gleason, Cortland. Cortland was an old silver mining town, and then Pierce, which was also silver and partial copper.
Okay. So I was curious to know that because I know there's a lot out there. Have you done any of those towns? And if you did, what'd you find?
Yeah, we haven't really done Gleason. Gleason's okay. Gleason Jail. We know the owners out there. They do tours out there, but with our schedule, we've done Cortland. We did the Cortland Jail. We've done at Cortland Jail and call and response video. And the last time we investigated out of Cortland, going to do a live video from Facebook, and Bree's phone froze. Just completely shut down. It was just like wouldn't record, stuck. And then when she tried to back out of her camera, she had to completely shut down, power down her phone, and do a reset on her phone to get it to work again. There's a lot of older spirits. There's a lot of spirits that are stuck in time, and they just like any location that you go to, they just want their stories told.
Hmm.
Okay. We've done Bisbee a couple of times. I've done Evergreen Cemetery in Bisbee was super cool. Went out there with one of our old team members before he passed away. We went out there. I set a REM pod on the hood of my car. Wind was going. Yes, calm response to say, if anyone's here, please step up to this device and go ahead and turn the lights on or make it work. REM pod got thrown off the hood of my car. Wow. And right across from the cemetery, and that was, I said, basically it was copper. Right across from the cemetery was one of the old hospitals or old hospitals / high schools. So yeah, we've done our local ghost towns. Don't fall. We've done our local ghost towns, and we've had just crazy activity. We did Bisbee. Bisbee was a Mormon town. We did a cemetery out there. We did a call and response and got a challenging responses from the spirit of a young kid, probably about 4 or 5 years old.
Oh, that's cool. So if I'm coming there, that's what I'm going to do. I want to do old ghost towns. That's my big thrill. So yeah,
ghost like we said, being based in Southern Arizona, we have such a rich history of the mining of the ghost towns. And this was the Wild West back in the day, and in some parts it really still is.
Sure. Well, we got mining here, but it's all coal mine. It's underground. It's under some city, so they're not going to let
y'all got that Silent Hill stuff going on.
Yeah, we do.
It could be like that. Could be like that. Yeah, it could be like that one city where the fires are going underground still.
Yeah, in Pennsylvania, sure enough.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like I said, that was the Silent Hill reference. Because that was what Silent Hill was based on. Was in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, 50 years have been burning.
That's crazy. I can't imagine that. That's just nuts.
Yeah. So we've been all investigating for a while. I've been doing it for 14 years. Okay. I have my investigating style and I have my experience. So tell me about yours. Tell me about how you like to investigate or what your style is.
Our style. I don't know what is our style. Like, we kind of start with, like, we're very basic. We'll introduce things. Here we kind of notice it's hit and miss if it gets responses off REM pods. I don't know if it's just too modern for a lot, or they just don't like it. I think it's sometimes the noise.
They love music boxes down here.
Yes, we bought a music box.
Yeah, they love music boxes down here. It's crazy. Majority of our stuff gets responses are from the music box because it plays an old-fashioned tune.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
we don't hit you. Cool. So,
you say we go blind sometimes?
I don't like knowing. I just want basic history. I don't want to know what your experience is, what your and sometimes people get too excited, so they'll just blurt out everything.
Oh my God, I had this happen. I had this happen. This happen. But no, let us find it out for herself. And then we'll go in and we'll do the investigation. Keep it simple as far as equipment. We'll do call and responses. We have a lot of custom built equipment that serve, as both equipment and trigger objects based on where we're at. We're lucky enough to have one of my best friends, Kurt. He's a whiz at carpentry. We come up and tinkering, and we'll take we'll take your basic REM pod, your door alarm. We'll take the guts out of it, and we will build an entirely custom case for that REM pod. Based on either being a trigger object, or something that the spirits of the time period in this area are familiar with, and they will just go nuts.
That makes sense.
Okay. We also do. One of our beliefs is we stay true to the history of where we're at. We want to tell the stories because so many people can look online, and if we say the wrong thing or put out the wrong thing as far as the history of a location goes, if somebody finds that out, if somebody wants to take the time to try and try and correct us or, prove us wrong or debunk whatever, we want to make sure we are as historically accurate as we possibly can be. We will do research. We will check local records. If it's a residential case, we will do genealogy and everything. So we have all of our ducks in a row before we go out to a location. And a lot of the times with the history that we do and the research that we do, it pretty much ties into what people are experiencing at the location at the time. It's really cool.
Oh, that's a great idea.
That's awesome.
We go to places sometimes that don't have a history or background. The records have been
thank you, Misty. That's a great idea.
Or, stuff like that. So we do run into a few times that we don't know. So when we investigate, it's like doing it for the first time. And we find an actual evidence or something. We did it in a brothel in Aurora, Missouri, and actually got some evidence I think we got a little conclusive with because of what we were doing. So that's a great idea to do that.
Up for a second.
Yeah.
What other custom equipment do you guys do?
TNT box.
Yes, we have a TNT box. We have a coffin box. That's kind of pretty much it.
Are they?
Oh, a gunpowder box. I forgot about that.
Are they like REM pods or are they?
They're REM pods that we to get, and we have a clock. We haven't used it yet. It's like an old timey resin box, but it's pretty heavy, so it's kind of like we haven't really played with it.
Right. That makes sense. Do you guys have a dead bell?
No, but we actually went out with one of our friends, and he had the dead bell, and I was like, that's pretty cool.
It works really well.
Yes.
I was going to say, because that kind of ties into back then as well. So you would think that would be a good kind of good trigger object or whatever to use.
Yeah. So this is one of them. This is the explosive, the TNT box. So I'll see if you can see it better.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So this was all hand done. And so like we said, we just take the innards of a REM pod and
put it in there. That makes sense.
That's cool.
Okay.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
It's regular, that's cool.
Yeah. So now it's just if we could get like make it into a music box and start doing it that way too, that would be pretty. Yeah. And then if we use anything electronic, like we do have what do you want to call it, Bri? We have an SLS camera. We have
SLS. We have motion sensors. We have motion sensors.
IR cameras. And we kind of use a couple of apps. We do the necrophonics if we need to.
That's a conversation to have about apps in our field.
Yeah, but what we try to do is I'll run one, he'll run another.
Yeah.
Sometimes if we get stuff that match, and just kind of help keep us. Okay, what's really working and what's not, or is it just throwing random words?
Right. Yep. But we do the same. We use different apps. Sometimes we'll three of us will be using the same app, and kind of correlate that way. And a lot of times we'll get the same responses to questions and stuff. So that's.
Hi, Shadow.
No, dude, sit.
That's always
not on top of me.
No, dude, sit down.
Now he's gonna jump over.
All right, bye, boo-boos.
He's like, whatever.
Do you see him on the back of our couch?
Yeah. He's just a big baby.
Oh no, he just. Please forgive my dog. He wants to be in. He's just tired. Mom and Dad are home.
Sure.
Sorry. Going. Let's. Can we back up and talk about the subject of apps and their use in our field?
Absolutely.
Sure. Actually, go turn the light on. We turn the light on back behind us so they can.
Oh, the backlight.
Yeah, we're gonna turn on backlight.
Which one?
The light. The thing on the right. There we go. All right, much better. Now you can see.
Our sun's going down.
Right?
Yeah.
Apps, there are so many people that push back on them. And there's teams, and we worked with a couple of, couple of the larger well-known people in our field, and they've been out, they pulled out apps on their phone, and they've ran this and ran that and stuff like that. And there's going to be people on both sides of the fence. But if you go to a location and if you don't rely just on an app, like there's GhostTube SLS, that one we've got a lot of false responses on. We've actually backed that up with our actual SLS, and the app will pick up stick figures as, trees of stick figures and stuff like that. And our SLS won't pick up anything. People say, well, it's a word bank. It's generated. And the ones that we use, where we use them at, based on the responses that we get, as far as the line of questioning, they are dead on. Now, I don't rely on them, and I wouldn't recommend relying on them solely, but it's another tool in our toolkit when we get to locations.
Sure.
I always find it's very interesting because if you do use them a lot, not solely as that, but as part of it, the certain words that you will get repeatedly at like every location.
Yes.
But then there are also words that will pop up at a location that has never popped up prior to or since.
Exactly.
And so
we will get in response, call and response with Spirit Talker. Spirit Talker is actually wonderful.
Yeah.
Paratech, Paratech is another good one. And we also use Paratech VM5, where you can run different things, and we will get names. We will get, a hypothetical or typical call and response. Did you work in the mines here in town? We'll get, a yes or a no. Okay. Or, did you die in the mines or did you pass away in town? And we will get intelligent responses. We'll get names. And a lot of the miners in town were immigrants, England, Ireland, Dutch, whatever, German. And back then you were just nobody, you didn't have any idea if you died, you were called, and you didn't have next of kin, you were an unknown. And we've gotten accents, Irish accents. We've got names from Europe, from Denmark, and everything based on our line of questioning on these apps. It's really crazy to experience.
It is. Cool. It is for sure.
Slang phrases.
Old school. Oh, bless you. Once more for good luck. And you're on your own.
Oh, excuse me.
You're on your own. Go ahead. Slang phrases.
Yeah, so we were in one of the stores at downtown, and part of the store was connected with Nellie Cashman's housing. She had it in there, and she was known as
Paul's place. Okay, yeah.
Was it Miner's Angel or?
Yeah,
I'm so bad at that.
Yeah, no, Angel of Tombstone.
Angel of Tombstone, yes, because she would house.
Oh, that was Paul's place. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and no, I'm talking about Miss Kitty's.
Oh, Kitty. Oh, yeah.
Yes, and this was the first time we've ever started getting phrases, and they were like, the first one that popped up was "you nutter," which is Irish slang, like you're crazy.
Yeah, it's
and we've never had phrases like that, and ever since then, all of a sudden, randomly, we'll just get a whole phrase or a whole sentence, and we're like, where did that come from?
Yeah, we've had full on conversations. We're talking about 10, 15-minute call and response sessions where it's a full on conversation, and the responses are in line with what we're asking. It's like I said, it's hit or miss. I really wouldn't rely on it, but if y'all have the opportunity to use them, pick them up. But
we do.
Just take it with a grain of salt for anybody that uses them.
Correct.
Yep. That is very true. Very true. Oh, what was one of the most terrifying experiences you guys have had?
Nothing really scary.
The Dragon's Inn? You don't think so?
Nothing really scary.
I was going to say whether it be residential or your other investigations.
I'm kidding. Yeah, we've had some. We've had some. I'm gonna let Bree talk about this one. We've had some situations where it's been absolutely sketchy.
Yeah.
Where it's just been, it could have gone sideways in a heartbeat. Dragon's Inn.
Yeah, we did it was called the Dragon's Inn. It was actually where it's not necessarily the house, it was the land, because that was where they had a like tented church when they were first starting. So it was part of the miners'
Hunter's place.
Yeah. And we just had so from what we picked up, there was a priest there that
nasty place.
I'm trying to think of the best way of saying it. Like,
he molested kids.
Yeah, he was molesting kids.
He was raping kids.
And a lot of at the time it was part of the red light district as well. So he was also beating on the women and whatnot. So that place, like, and it was just weird. Like, at one point we were outside and out of nowhere, this black widow just appeared. So we had that. And then another time we were in a room, a scorpion fell from the ceiling. And we're like, what is all this? So it was like little things that weren't there 2 minutes ago. All of a sudden we had these little instances start going.
That's crazy. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And unfortunately we did lose our historian last year, and he helped us a lot. Like, he had a lot of really good contacts. He knew how to grab archives when needed. But we did his house, and his house was it was called the Hughes House. It was a Sears catalog built-in house,
1881.
From 1881, and they've built off, added more to it as time went. But we've had shadow figures. We've had, what else do we have there?
The jumper.
Yeah.
Or the traveler.
There was we have this one spirit that has followed from place to place, different areas. What are you doing? He's trying to get under my feet. You're being weird.
He dropped something under the couch. Get out. Get out.
Go lay down.
Go lay down.
Sorry, our dog.
Yeah, spirit called we call him he's known as a jumper. He will jump from location to location to location here in town. Kind of like a shepherd of souls type thing. Really, really mean, dark.
If you're gonna sit, go ahead and sit.
Get up here.
He's fine. He's fine.
Get up here. Up. No, up. Lay down.
I was gonna say he's gonna call you.
I love you too.
Yeah. So, and there's been a couple places like if we kind of know what's there, we don't bring the dog because we're like, okay, we know that's gonna really affect them.
Dragoon Mountains after dark.
Oh no,
no.
It was that was strange. Especially because they believe where Coach Sheese is buried somewhere along there in the Dragoons. And I just remember, like, we were just out there for a bonfire, and then we both got this weird feeling. We're like, we gotta go.
Sun starts going down.
Go.
I told Bree, I'm like, we're out there with our buddies, and sun starts going down. I told Bree, I'm like, we need to move. I'm like, we need to go. And just out of the corner of your eyes, shadow figures, things popping up from behind rocks and dropping back down, and just the overall general feeling that you were being watched. Yeah. So we were about the road where we're at from our house It's about 3 miles to the road to get out there. It's about 8 miles up that one road and probably about 6 or 7 miles into the desert. So we're about 14 miles in the desert, middle of nowhere at the base of the Dragoons. And sun starts going down, and the entire feeling as we're driving home, we just felt like we were being followed. And so we come down this road, we get to the end of the road, and we look over, and there was not a barn owl.
No, it's a horn owl.
It was a great horned owl, probably about 3 foot tall. As soon as we drove by it, it spread its wings, and it just, the way the moonlight hit it, it was just this white owl, as if to say, like,
you're safe.
You're safe. It was just crazy. And a lot of visual stuff out here, like, so we can talk visual stuff, but experiencing it out here and some of the stuff we've experienced, like I said, with the shadow the shadow figures, not really walkers, shapeshifters, yes.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. It's just, it's crazy.
Okay.
Oh, I was going to ask you what your wow moment was, but I think we just went over that. So
just went wow.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what your wow moment was, but I think we just went over that. So
yeah. I mean, there's so many.
There's so many. There's so many to pick from. The last house we lived at had activity on the outside. And let's say your general rule of thumb: never investigate your own home. We had to have our old place blessed a couple of times. We had stuff break in the house, and we set our barriers, and we had spirits that would walk back and forth. Of the property line of our property, just kind of waiting for someone to slip up so they can come in under the property. So I'm like, and it's in a town like this, going back as far as we do, like Bree mentioned earlier on, it's not always the land, it's not always the property, but it was what was there before.
Yeah.
Sure. You agree?
Yep.
How about the keys?
Yeah. For sure. So how many run-ins have you had with the jumper?
Oh, he's been on and off the last few years, but like we've seen him at our friend's house. At the time before it was a coffee shop, we call it the Undertakers. It was like a clothing store, and then she did her own investigations. We found him in there a few times, and sometimes it's just all of a sudden you'll see him feel him on the street.
He'll be at City Park sometimes.
Well, he's not allowed in there anymore. But.
Yeah, kind of bad.
And City Park's another one. I find a lot of children there. It's a park.
No.
But
Jumper's always around. He's actually been behaving the last couple of years.
Yeah. But one thing we find is we think a lot of the spirits kind of are like, no, don't leave us alone. So now he's kind of losing his power over that, but he hasn't done anything negative.
He just lets people know that he's around.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's ancient. Maybe it's older than what you think. So it'd be okay.
Yeah.
Tim, actually, when you said ancient, there was. Bree was just talking about the coffee shop. There are spirits here that are referred to as ancients. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of Unearthing the Supernatural. Our really good friend David. He is one of the youngest Navajo medicine men and shamans. We worked with him and learned a lot of the ancient ways, a lot of the indigenous ways as far as investigating goes, and the ceremonies that the Navajo and the Native Americans used. And what we've learned from him has just been absolute crazy with learning as ancient spirits. And we've confirmed that there is a spirit that dates back to the Aztec area of Arizona. And we've had people say, well, the Aztecs never made it that far. Actually, no, the Aztecs made it up all the way up to Utah.
Yeah, they did.
We're talking Aztec history. We're talking Apache history.
Sure.
When Coronado came through, Coronado National Monument, yeah, he was a hero. No, when Coronado came up from Mexico on behalf of Spain, he massacred thousands of Native Americans in this area.
Sure.
And just doing that and learning the history and then learning how to respect the native spirits from David from Unearthing the Supernatural. Stuff like that. We don't get opportunities like that every once in a while, but when they do, they kind of fall into our lap. And I'd recommend to anybody, learn what you can from people who want to talk to you.
Oh, for
Agreed.
sure.
Agreed. Very much. That's how you're going to learn things. Correct. Exactly. It'll help you being a better investigator too in the long run. So
exactly, and
sure.
with the teams that we work with, how much stuff would you say we've learned?
Oh, we learned so much. I mean, and some stuff we're like, okay, like we'll try things. We're like, okay, that didn't really work for us, but this did. And one of the things, like we were working with another team, that's how we learned about necrophonics, and the way she explained it to us was, there's no word bank; it's off the vowel sounds. So sometimes we'll just get kind of like oohs and ahs, and you're like, okay, whatever. But then you kind of start learning. If you really start listening, there was words that were thrown out. We're like, what is that? We don't know what that is. We'll kind of find out is the native language of the Dene, which is also
is Navajo. And
I go, I've heard this word. And he's like, oh, this is what it means. And so you're like, oh, okay. I just learned something.
But yeah, it's but being able to learn from people such as like I said, David, and we've we'll talk about announcements in a second. Yeah, we worked with we've hosted a couple of the first two Paracons in town, and we've met some of the big names and learning how they investigate. And we just kind of, like Bree said, we'll kind of pick and choose as to, hey, this works. You know what? Let's try incorporating this into how we investigate.
Correct.
And right now it seems to work.
Right.
Yeah. Agreed. It does work that way. It really does. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Can learn a lot from other people. I was in another paranormal group when I first started, and I learned a lot from them. As a matter of fact, we still investigate, try to, and I work with the demonologists and stuff like that. So I got my start out of pure curiosity. So yeah, the more people you're around, the better off you are.
Yeah, I think all told, like I said, that, like you said, you just mentioned, Tim, about working, where the demonologists and stuff like that. And I'm going to throw a word of advice for people that are listening, some of the newer teams. Like Tim said, the more people you meet in our field that you can refer to that are not necessarily members of your team or your group, whatever, but having those people that you can reach out to in certain cases, like you say, we have a demonologist we can refer to. We have a parapsychologist who we can refer to in some cases. We've got four or five? Well, probably about 4 guest investigators that come out with us. Like Bree said, we used to have one of my true brothers and best friends, our historian. He passed away, and just utilize what people know and what how they can help you in certain situations.
Good.
Because not everything's a demon.
Correct. Absolutely. 1,000%.
Look behind Bree and I. There's an orb. I'm kidding.
It's so bright.
It's star shaped.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God! If they see the dog, oh my God! I saw a shadow figure behind him. Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Tim, do you have any other questions at the moment?
Did it freeze up?
No. Does anybody have any questions at the moment?
Oh, sorry.
We're still here.
No, I
hit
was
the
thinking
unmute. Hit the unmute button.
You're right.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, okay, so we don't. I'm going to throw this banner up, but we're nowhere close to being done. Just wanted to throw that up so people can look at it a little bit. Let's talk about Phelps Dodge. What is it that you guys, or Dodge Phelps, whatever? What are you going to be doing?
Yay! Super excited about this one. Well, I'm gonna let Bree start off with the history of your family history in Ajo.
Yeah. So my grandfather actually immigrated from Peru. He followed the Phelps Dodge, the copper mines in Peru, all the way to Ajo, Arizona. And so I still got, and my grandmother settled there. Her family moved from Nogales. And so it's just, I mean, it's just one of those childhood places you went all the to, but there was things that would happen that was just, you can't explain kind of things. Like, did I really see that? Or is that just my own head? Well, and even like there's a hotel there that used to be the elementary school. It's one of those towns, once the mine closed, a lot of,
it became a ghost town.
I mean, there's still residents there, but you can't call it a ghost town because there's still residents. But.
I mean, well, it's actually as an actual ghost town.
Yeah.
But yeah, we worked with, like, so we worked with a lot of teams in Arizona. We always touch base with each other. We're always talking with each other. We're always sharing locations, and hey, you guys want to check this out. And Phelps Dodge Hospital, we made a post on it, was the one and only hospital in Ajo, and it was built to take care of the citizen or the people of Ajo, and also they treated any accidents in the mines and stuff like that. They treated tuberculosis. They had a crematory on site. There's a graveyard on site. It's a 30,000 square foot facility that they, or the new owners, just recently opened up to investigating. Last time it was on Destination Fear back in 2011, and it was on Ghost Adventures back in 2018, and it's been closed for investigations for the last 7 years, but we've been granted full access for an overnight investigation. There's going to be about 7 of us that are going to be going out there, and it's supposedly just ridiculously active.
Yeah.
We're talking EVPs, people getting physically assaulted, lights flickering, signs getting thrown off doors, unexplained voices, screams, and smells. So yeah, we are super excited about this, and we're going to be going out. We're going to be going out there May 9th, actually, for an overnight.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That sounds like fun.
Right. It's like bucket list investigation.
Yeah.
All right.
This is going to be our first hospital. We've done cemeteries and we don't, but yeah, this is going to be our first hospital. So yeah, 30,000 square foot, free access for an overnight.
Wow.
With knowing the history of the location and the town is going to be something that's super cool.
That it will be.
Yeah,
that's a big building. That's huge.
That's why, and that's why we're going in with everybody on that one. We're going to say we're going. It's going to be 7 of us that are going in.
And are those other teams? Are they?
There are other teams. They are other teams, but we're actually going to go in. We're actually they're going to be guest investigators for us at Goose Flats that night. But everyone's going to get credit for it, stuff like that. We'd like to work together, and we've all known each other. Like I said, I mean, Wild Knight and Kevin, Bree and I used to work with him. And guys from Get Out Paranormal. We've met them a couple times, but we've never actually done an investigation together. So we all decided, you know what, we have this massive location that's super active. Let's all come together under one team name and run it from there.
Cool. A good idea.
Credit.
That is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, we're doing a collab here in April, so it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, collabs are cool, and I'm gonna kind of. You want to say about the book with E-Step? Throw it out there.
No.
No, you want to wait on that one?
Yeah.
We have a project that's kind of under wraps right now, with a famous paranormal author, where we met them. We met them at the first Paracon, where we were the host team back in 2023.
I want to say yes.
Yes. Back in 2023, we met a famous paranormal author. He came back for the second one in 2024, and he reached out to our friends at Discover Tombstone, who helps us with our marketing, and says, "Hey, I love Tombstone. I'd like to come back." And so our friend says, "Hey, these are the guys that you want to talk to." So he reached out to us. We got in touch. He came out. We did investigated a couple places. And the stuff that he found and the information about the history and the paranormal activity here in town, not only in town, but also at Tombstone City Cemetery, which really a lot of people don't know about the activity there. But the reference that we give him, he's going to use for not only one, but 2 books on the activity here in Tombstone. And he mentioned as one of their points of reference in both of his books.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's a crazy thing.
Yeah, that's
really
cool.
Yeah, that'll be awesome for you guys for sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, and it's always exciting. It's always fun to meet new people, see how they do things, and like we all said, like it's just learning. Okay, does that work for us, or does it not work for us? Or
correct. Yeah, that's why we kind of like to do collabs too. Besides having a huge area to cover,
right?
It's awesome to get together with other people to see how they investigate or whatever, to see if there's something that they do that you could try or whatever.
No.
So yeah, we're right along with you on that.
But yeah, on that note, like I said, I mean, Iowa, y'all ain't too far. I mean, we'll get you guys out of the cold weather and the snow sometime. And like I said, come on down, stuff like that. And we're getting close to wrapping it up, as y'all said. But thank you so much for having us. I mean, does anybody else have any more questions?
So we talked a little bit before the podcast got started, and I don't think people know, but how and why do you do paranormal investigating? What's your motive? What's your drive? What's your reason?
I think we have different answers for that.
Team motive. Respect, honor, and history. Respect where you're at, honor the stories, and stay true to the history. Me personally, like I said, I've been involved with this, and we touched base on this earlier. I've been involved in this field since I was 13, 14 years old. It's always about what's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Don't limit yourself of what you may or may not know.
Sure.
Don't be scared of what's out there, because there's always an answer somewhere. That's why I continue. That's why I personally. That's why I think I have the drive to continue to do what we do. And for those that are there and those that have passed away that have a story to tell, or whose stories haven't been heard yet, I'm going to do this as long as I can so I can keep telling their stories.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So for me, it started off more for validation. Just knowing what I would see as a child, what I would hear as a child, things I can't explain, knowledge I knew that I shouldn't have known. But
the noises in your ear.
Yes.
What is that?
What is that? And it's just interesting. And like I said, for me, it was just validation. Like, I wasn't crazy. I wasn't seeing stuff. I grew up in a very Catholic household where, that wasn't really, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it wasn't really, oh no, what you're seeing is a demonic, or what you're seeing is not right. It's just your wild imagination.
You're imagining things. You're seeing things.
Yeah. And so for me, just finding this and going out and seeing, no, this is real. This is what is out there. And now I just do it because it's always interesting to find stories. And sometimes you unfold history in a different way. Maybe we can't always prove it.
And that being able to help people.
And being able, not just people in the physical world, but beyond.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a great answer too. Yeah, those are good reasons for doing what you do, man.
This is our only fifth podcast, so we're trying.
Yeah. Hey,
we're right there with you.
We haven't done that many either, so it's a great beginning for us, and hopefully it helps you guys as well.
Yeah, no, like I said, reach out. Like I said, thank you once again on behalf of myself and and Bray and our dog,
and Shadow,
and on behalf of our team and behalf of all of these smaller teams out there, our teams from Arizona. We'd like to thank you all really so much for having us, and I say we let's try and schedule this again in another couple of months and see where we're at.
Sure.
Absolutely. A couple more things though before we wrap it up completely. You guys have merch, because that photo right there is one of your new t-shirts.
That's the new that is a new one. And I made a post about this not too long ago. People said, well, why change your logo? Why do this? Why do this? Why do this? We try and stay relevant, and we don't want to become stale. A lot of the logos we had before, we had, the cowboy skull and the state, and the last one we did was the stagecoach, and we worked with a graphic designer out of Phoenix. What's his name? Oh, it's
John Levan.
Yeah, John Levan.
With Extreme Apparel.
John Levan with Extreme Apparel out of Phoenix. He's always done our designs, and I come up with an idea. So we went with we did the gunslinger, we did the ghost, we did the stagecoach, and we were like, okay, those are good. Really, really didn't move. And Kirk, our friend Kirk, he came up with a concept. He and I threw together a concept as what's good this for the new logo. So he sent me the sketch. I sent it to John, and he turns around and flips out this one. And the tagline is, every town has a story, Tombstone has a legend. That was a tagline that just came out of nowhere. I'm like, all right, that's screaming. So yeah, we're gonna be we're taking pre-orders right now for shirts. We're going to do a limited run of probably about 20 to 25 shirts. And the really cool thing about that logo is it looks blue right now, with the way the inks that they printed. If we get it done glow in the dark ink, the colors of the logo will change based on the backlighting. It can be purple, it can be green, it can be orange, it can be red, it can be blue, it can be whatever color, it can be green or whatever color you want based on whatever the backlight is of the area where you're at.
That's awesome. Cool. And I love that. That's why I pulled.
Thank you. Yeah, that's one of our best ones, and we're going to stick with it.
So is that the only shirt you have available, or do you have other shirts?
Yeah. We do limited runs of shirts. We'll do 25 to 30 shirts. How many we did? Black and green. Mm-hmm. We did the gray and blue.
We did the white and copper.
Those all sold.
Yeah.
Then we did the stagecoach one. Yep. Those all sold. So yeah, we've had probably about 5 runs of different shirts and different logos, and everyone sells out.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And we try and do limited availability, not that we don't want everyone to wear them, but I'm sorry. I mean, as a marketing, the cooler design or logo that you have and the less number of items that you have, you're going to sell out.
Good. Makes sense.
So the T-shirt is the only merch you have right now.
Yeah, right now. Like I said, right now, I said I made a post, and we're gonna limit that. We're gonna limit the run of that to probably about 25 shirts.
Okay.
Perfect. And where can they find you? What social platforms are you on?
We're on Facebook, Goose Flats Paranormal. We're on YouTube, also Goose Flats Paranormal, and on Instagram.
Okay.
So you guys can go out there, give them a follow on YouTube. We're all striving to reach followers on YouTube and here and everything. I don't know if it'll show it, but Jennifer, nope, it didn't. But Jennifer Fick, thank you so much. She sent us 50 stars for the podcast. So that's awesome.
Right on, guys.
Never had that happen before. So thank you very much. That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Right on. First time for everything. Well, congratulations, guys.
Yeah, thanks. Is there anything else that you guys want to let us know about anything?
Just stay tuned to our socials. We've got some really cool stuff. We have really cool stuff coming down. Cool locations, couple of collaborations, and a lot more history of Arizona, southern Arizona. A lot more history. A lot more creepy facts about locations that we do, and on YouTube, all of our videos, anything we capture as far as videos, we don't edit anything. Y'all go head over to YouTube, check out our channel, and take a look at some of the stuff that we've done, and we'll take it from there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
definitely give them a follow on Facebook as well. They are very deserving, as everybody, well, pretty much everybody in our little
Right.
thing is. And yeah, we will have you back as guests. We're booked up
sure.
through the end of June, so I haven't started doing any of that extra stuff yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll definitely have you back. We'll see.
We'll do a couple months, and
that way we get the Phelps Dodge under.
Right. Yeah. But anybody, like I said, thank you for the shout out on the logo. Like I said, I mean, it's something we kind of threw out there, and this one is this is one that we're sticking with. Like I said, limited merch. We're, like I said, run of 25 shirts. They're running $35. Yeah, 35 a piece plus shipping if necessary, and they will be glow in the dark. Reach out to our page and let us know if anybody might be interested. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
those are awesome.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. For
y'all have a good night. Cheers. Stay warm.
Yeah.
Well, it was like 40. It was 46 here today, so it was pretty nice.
We had a blizzard on Sunday. So.
We hit 85 today, and Friday, Saturday we're going to be in the mid 90s. So
Tim, get in the truck.
Yeah. So that's my thing is just get in the truck. Let's go ghost hunting.
All right. Isn't that a song?
What's that?
Isn't that a country song? Just get in the truck.
Not the same.
All right. Yeah, y'all have a good night. Thank you so much. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
Okay.
thanks, guys. Hold on.
Bye.